In this episode of Voice of the Sea, we're visiting the aquaponics community in Waimānalo. Agriculture professor Ted Radovich shows us the aquaponics systems at the Waimānalo Learning Center, where University of Hawaii researchers are working to improve aquaponics techniques and sharing their research with the community. We'll check out some backyard aquaponics systems to see what people are growing and talk to business owner Travis Soto to learn about the size, costs, and equipment needed to get started. We also catch up with public health researcher Jane Chung Do, who is studying the societal impacts of aquaponics, from improved diet to enhanced family and community connectedness. The guiding force behind the Waimānalo Aquaponics movement is community leader, certified master gardener, and Native Hawaiian cultural practitioner Elima Ho Lastimosa. We start off talking to Elima in her backyard.
A lot of our medicines come out of these systems. The mana of the plants that come out of these systems is way more than the regular traditional growing. A lot of our soil is depleted, but just all the mana from the fish and the sun and just everything in synchronicity is just amazing. I mean, you can see the green water in my aquaponics, but I know what my fish like, and I know what my plants like, and I know what I like. So I do what is best for everybody that's involved. If you look at everybody else's system and you look at mine, it's a mess. But my system still functions, gives me everything that I need. It's the perfect setup, because I'm lazy.
So for the lazy aquaponics person, how much time do you have to spend to keep it functioning?
In a week or in a day?
Give me like a week.
In a week, 12 minutes. But it's gonna look like this. It's not gonna be beautiful like theirs, but it is what it is. And when I have time and I wanna invest an hour, then I will, and it'll look sparkling. But right now, I got other things I gotta do.
You know, you've had this Malama Aquaponics program going for some time, over a decade. What inspired you to start it?
Aquaponics, probably because it was time. So we did a lot of gardening in the ground and terrestrial, traditional, whatever you want to call it. And then we were going to do hydroponics. And when they sent us all the ingredients for the hydroponics, it was a lot of chemicals. And I was like, this is not what we're signing up for. And so we had heard a little bit about the aquaponics. This was in like 2008, but it wasn't really mainstream yet. And then Dr. Clyde Tomorrow came to Waimānalo, and he used to work at CTAR, and he was the guy.
How many people here, Waimānalo, have you trained in the aquaponics, do you think?
When we did the numbers long time ago, it was like over 150. I'd say way past 200. And then we also in Kohala, the island of Hawaii, Hilo, Maui, soon to be in Molokai and Lanai, I hope.
Why Waimānalo?
Why Waimānalo? Why not? Why Waimānalo? Because we can, we should, we are, we did, we deserve it. As Kanaka from the homestead, Aina Ho'opulapula, this is our Aina. That's the reason why I believe it resonates with the people. Mountain to ocean, that's how we live our whole life, all the time. Mountain to ocean. And so this is basically mimicking everything that comes from the mountain and the ocean and everything in between. So you get your fish and your vegetables and your plants and your medicine, and it just fits any kanaka actually. So initially when we started, we were supposed to go Pai'aina wide. It's only happening now.
Do you eat your own fish?
Oh, absolutely.
What's your favorite way to make them?
I'll harvest whatever we have in here, pake style, hot oil. We get the burners over there. It's right here, straight from here, straight on the table.
Next, Elima introduces some of her neighbors who show us their aquaponic systems. About how long have you had this home aquaponic system?
I think about 2 years this summer, yes.
And you did the whole Malama training program?
I did.
And how was that helpful in sort of setting it up and learning what to do?
Well, that was the key thing to go through step by step. They taught us from beginning to end how to set it up, how to keep it clean, how to keep it going. And that's led to the success of me still having my aquaponics.
Now that you've had the system running, it's been a couple years, what are the main benefits for you?
I think health benefits is definitely key. Mind, body, and spirit in whole, really. Not just eating, but eating the things that I produced from taking care of what I've learned to take care of. I've made the system, I've kept it clean, I've kept it running, and produced the food that I can eat out of it. And through that health benefit, it also feeds my soul as well.
About how much time do you think you put into the system on a daily or maybe a weekly basis?
Of course, every day I have to feed my fish and keep them happy and healthy. And then I might prune a little, but maybe once a week I'm really paying attention to it. Once a month I might clean a little bit more than usual, but otherwise low maintenance on a daily basis.
And what types of vegetables are you mostly growing?
Right now I'm growing lettuce and Swiss chard, some spinach. I have mizumi and some onions here or there, but mostly lettuce products that I like to enjoy in my salad daily.
And what about the fish? Do you eat your fish?
I do eat my fish because we grow them and we eat them. So what we were taught. We don't let it go to waste, and nothing is gone to waste, which is the benefit as well. And so I fillet the fish, flour panko, egg wash, and fry it, and it's amazing. A lot of people don't like tilapia in Hawaii because we're privy to so much great fish, but it's actually really great. And I know exactly what my fish are eating, and I've put my malama into it and my love, and so when I eat it, I love it too. I think it's important for us to have sustainability, understanding that this is an aquapoa that is feeding us. And so I'm very mindful of that. I feed my kalo with fish water, especially if I have to do what we call water changes, just to keep the pH balance going well. So I might have to add some fresh water. So I fertilize a lot of my plants. All the tomatoes came out of my aquaponics, and then I transfer it over, and I continue to fertilize a lot of things with the water that I have here.
How much did you pay to get your system started?
Because we were a part of the Mānoa Aquaponics program, everything here you see came to me for free and as a blessing, as long as I continue to work hard and do what I was supposed to do and make my little akupua'a successful.
How long have you been growing your aquaponics?
Over 1 year.
What do you have growing?
For one thing, the fish and Thai, basil, and kalo. I feed my family with the kalo. So I feed them 2 times. Yeah, I'm so happy. So I can make luau stew, you know me. Yeah. I give all the glory to Ilima. She helped me so much.
So your aquaponics is kind of acting like a nursery area to get your herbs going, your medicinal plants.
Yeah.
And then when they get big enough, you move them out.
Yes. And I'm doing the same with the kalo too. I'll put the taro plant in here, let it get established, and then I'll transfer them out. My focus is Hawaiian herbs, Hawaiian plants, but then I still do want to grow everyday vegetables like romaine lettuce, cilantro, Mānoa lettuce, and green onions.
And what about the fishes?
The fish, I haven't eaten them yet. That's why
they're so big.
But I've been giving, like my family members, like my brothers would come, I would tell them to take them home to my dad. Other people, my friends, my kumu tuti, I'm gonna give her a fish. But then I do plan on steaming a fish for myself.
They're beautiful.
Yeah. I enjoy having my aquaponics. It's been a blessing. It's been a blessing that Ilima is my neighbor and I was able to be a part of this beautiful program. All my life, I grew up learning to live off the aina and grow things from my parents. Being introduced to this is something different for me, but still it's almost the same as living off the aina, but then you're using aquaponics as your source of your growing your plants and whatnot. So for me, I feel like it comes natural doing stuff like this. So I don't mind maintaining and growing stuff. And then like I still connect with the lepo, which is the dirt. I can take my things here and put it there. And so it's just something that I love to do.
The University of Hawaii's Sea Grant College program focused on Hawaii's coasts and its communities through sustainable development, safe seafood supply, sustainable coastal tourism, hazard resilience, and healthy coastal ecosystems. Hawaii's Sea Grant.
Jane Chung Do is a UH public health researcher studying community-level health and disease prevention. In your research, what kinds of questions are you asking the aquaponics participants?
Since 2006 when we started, well actually 2009, when we started collecting data when Auntie Lima started this in the community, it increased their consumption of fresh fruits, vegetables, and fish. It made them think about food differently. It changed their eating habit. It helped offset their grocery bill. It also was therapeutic for them. It was a stress reducer, and it also connected them to their cultural identity as Hawaiians. We've been also looking at, does it mitigate cardiovascular risks? In Hawaiian communities, we see high rates of cardiovascular diseases and diabetes. So we're trying to also look at how having an aquaponic system and being part of the Malama program is changing or mitigating that risk.
And do you have data about that so far?
Yeah, so we collected the data. We collected A1C, so hemoglobin A1C, cholesterol, BMI, blood pressure, and hip to waist ratios. Our preliminary results show that there's some potential, exciting impacts.
I know as you're looking to expand and bring this Malama Aquaponics program to places outside of Waimānalo, who might be good candidates?
Families who have multi-generational household, it's really great for, keiki to feed the fish, the kupuna to help weed the plants. It's at, a good height for them. You build relationships with your family as you work on the system together. You build relationships with other families who are part of the program with you. And you also build relationships with your food. And I think that's really the foundation for Native Hawaiian health. That's what our families talk about the most when we ask them what was the biggest benefit, and it's really about this connectedness to the aina, to the ahupua'a system, to their cultural roots, and to one another, and to the bigger community. And what we see is that people grow so much food. The aquaponic system typically will grow more food than one family really needs, so they'll exchange the extra food that they have with their neighbors, with their other family members. This food system that was already there with Native Hawaiian communities and culture that we're bringing back and restoring. We do have a website. We also have a Facebook group, a Facebook page, and an Instagram. People can contact us there. We have a Gmail, malama.waimanalo@gmail.com. Aloha everyone. We are going to catch some tilapia today.
The what size one?
Mahalo.
Mahalo.
Tilapia. So you can, throw in other kinds of herbs and things that you like.
It's good.
What you think? Good. Oh. How is it? Did you try it?
Oh, it's good.
Ted Radovich leads the Waimānalo Learning Center at the 128-acre UH Waimānalo Research Station.
I'm born and raised in Waimānalo, blessed to still be living in Waimānalo. Aquaponics has been very important here at the station, at least since 2012. Almost any vegetable you can think of just does very well when the system's going. And not just vegetables, mamaki, kalo, especially the lao, the leaves will do very well. Ava, for those who know ava, I hope will be impressed by the root mass that we can grow here. It's a great system to have because we will keep all kinds of plants in there that we can use not just in aquaponics, but take it up Mauka and plant in our fields as well. The cinder-based aquaponic systems is in ecology. It's really artificial soil. There's all kinds of biology in here, and there's worms.
Oh, I see one.
Yeah. One of the first things we wanted to do was at least demonstrate that yield and quality of vegetables that grow in aquaponic systems were at least as good as plants that are grown in the ground. That was the early work. And the answer is really it grows just as well, and the quality is just as good, sometimes better, depending. We also do, largely with the help of Sea Grant and Dr. Kai Fox, catfish spawning workshops. We provide fish fry for people, and that has expanded to schools and others. And so for our community, we have lots of community come through, especially because our community coordinator, Ilima, she brings in schools, she brings in all kinds of folks. It's a nice place for the Malama home garden, backyard aquaponic systems folks to come so we can hold workshops, people can see what's happening. This orchard is part of the decoupled system where we have our fish water that's up Mauka in the greenhouse here. We flush it out down into the orchard, and we have a avocado and tangerine orchard, and we've planted some papayas to take up space early on. These are the tanks that provide water to the orchard system. Tilapia make up the bulk of the fish that we have here. We call these koi lapia because they're dark tilapia crossed with orange tilapia, and so we get these spotted tilapia that look a lot like koi, and they're totally unrelated to koi.
Oh, they're pretty.
They are pretty. They shimmer, yeah? This is giant gourami. It's a new species of fish. They're cool because, well, they look cool, they're unusual, we don't see them often. They breathe air, which makes it easy for if our power goes out, or even if we have low aeration happening, because aeration is part of the expense, a big part of the expense of aquaponics. They're also vegetarian, or they can function on vegetarian diet. In Vietnam and Indonesia and other places where they're commercially produced, they're finished on taro leaf, kalo leaf. It'll make local food production easier, we hope. So that's part of the focus of having these giant gourami. We have kalo trials. This is the second round of kalo. This is Manaulu we're looking at here. Kalo can thrive in aquaponics, especially the vegetative stage, because of all of the nitrogen that's in there. It grows great, but it often doesn't produce the same size of corm or root that we need for poi as it does in the field. And we think in part it's because of the high nitrogen in the water. So we're trying different things to see if we can get really big corms in the aquaponics. And I think we're on to something, but we're still working on it. But having haloi in the system, having kalo in the system is a big part of what makes aquaponics special to the community.
We are looking for a few heroes, mentors, trailblazers, innovators, a passion to change lives, spark curiosity, open hearts, and awaken minds, help students answer the question, who am I? This could be your calling, but this is no job. It's the journey of a lifetime. Be a hero. Be a teacher.
Yeah, so 12.4. It's all the fittings,
Okay,
the
perfect.
receipt. What is for a kilo, right? Oh, kona. Oh, kohala. Okay, see you, Lima.
Travis Soto is the owner of Aquaponics Place in Waimānalo, providing supplies and a space where people can go to learn about aquaponics.
Here at Aquaponics Place, we try to be a one-stop shop for everything aquaponics. So we sell everything from the pre-made systems to ways to expand, from the fish to the seeds. So everything you need for aquaponics, we should have.
And I saw in the back you guys actually seem to manufacture, you build some of custom setups?
Yep. So we had to make certain things for the systems. So like the tables and the siphons and whatnot.
Can you kind of walk me through what's a basic setup?
Okay, yeah, so main components for aquaponics would be definitely your grow bed, where your plants are, grow media, and then grow media we like to use the expanded clay. Drainage system, most popular is a bell siphon, table, pipes, fish pond, a water pump, and then a couple filter pads, and then some test kits.
test kits for what?
So pH is the main one, and then other people like to test for ammonia, nitrite, and nitrate.
So these are kind of examples of your different size systems?
Yeah, so this is an example of a basic aquaponics system. This is our smallest one, 2 foot by 3 foot grow bed with a 30-gallon pond. We call this one our medium kit.
Okay.
And then it's about 3 feet by 5 feet for the growing area, and then it comes with an 85-gallon pond. And then because all of our systems they're ebb and flow systems, the water goes up and down. That's all from the bell siphon in the middle.
Can you explain how the bell siphon works?
Yes, so the bell siphon, how it works is it's a balance between the water flow going in and the resistance going out through the drain pipe. As long as the balance is right, what's gonna happen is the water in the grow bed will fill up to a certain height. Once it reaches that height, a siphon's actually gonna start. And then the water level will actually drain down, and then it'll gurgle a little while, and then it'll stop, and then it'll fill back up again. The purpose of that is you can grow more variety of plants. Yeah, without the bell siphon, what would happen is the water would fill up, stay at a constant height, and just overflow down, which is fine, but not all plants can handle being in water 24/7. So with the bell siphon, you give your plants a break from the water. And that's why you can grow pretty much anything with the siphon.
This is really beautiful.
Yeah, so this is called an NFT channel. This is an easy way to expand systems. What's good about these channels is the roots are always wet. Yeah, so only like green leafy plants can grow this way. But what's good about it is it's real lightweight, and it doesn't affect the water level in the fish pond at all.
Can you point out to me the different kinds of things you have growing here?
Tea leaves, Hawaiian chili pepper, romaine lettuce, green onion. This is a variety called red fire lettuce.
And you got some roses behind you.
Yeah, so I mean, we try all kind in the aquaponic, and especially the ones with the bell siphon, because you can grow almost anything. So we have roses, basil. This is the cholesterol spinach plant, supposed to be real healthy. This is cranberry hibiscus. So it's basically whatever you guys want to try to grow, you can. So this is where we stock all the fingerling tilapia. So people who want to come in and buy tilapia and use the tilapia as their fish for their aquaponic systems, we have them here. For tilapia, a lot of people come in just to raise tilapia now. Like not in aquaponics, in just their pond, because they're a little nicer looking than the river ones.
What is your kind of typical cost from like the smallest system to just, you know, your typical large home backyard?
So our systems range from the small system from about $300 up to like we call it our 3x8 system. That one's about $1,400, and that's for everything. So the only thing you would need to get would be the blocks and then your fishing plants, so whatever you want to raise.
The blocks, like the cinder blocks.
Yep,
that
that's
it would
what we
sit
use
on.
for the legs. Yeah.
Gotcha. And then like maintenance over time, say on an annual basis, once you're up and running, can you estimate for me a cost?
Kind of the only cost would be like the food, like the fish feed, which is pretty inexpensive because like a 5-pound bag is about $10, and that 5-pound bag will last all of our systems a few months at least.
Backyard aquaponics systems in Waimānalo are increasing residents' access to fresh fruits, vegetables, and fish. Your neighborhood can also become a hub for aquaponics, leading to a healthier, more self-reliant and resilient community. Learn about the Malama Aquaponics program and the tools, knowledge, and skills needed to grow food in your backyard at voiceofthesea.org. Follow us on social media at Voice of the Sea TV. Mahalo for watching Voice of the Sea. Exploring Our Fluid Earth is the dynamic curriculum developed by the University of Hawaii's Curriculum Research and Development Group. The award-winning Fluid Earth and Living Ocean textbooks are now interactive and online. New activities, updated content, and a teacher community. Exploring Our Fluid Earth is now freely available. Find out more at exploringourfluidearth.org.